Da 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 da. Come sing with me. Kiss me. Ours no. Ours no. Come on, knock me off it. I kill many cowards for that.
Okay, today's episode's about summer school, and I'm here to complain about my summer school class in particular. Okay, as you can tell, I'm white. Who knew? Surprise. Well, in my summer school class room, there's only two white people, and it's me and the girl who sits directly in front of me, my friend Kelly. It's absolutely god-awful being surrounded by minorities. I'm not saying this because racist, but I'm saying it because they're loud, and it's not all minorities, I'm gonna admit, but my class is minority filled, and as everyone can tell you, races stick together. There are black people on this side, there are black people on this side, so the black people have to talk across to each other. There are Asian people on this side, there's no Asian people in summer school. Wow. Anyway, there are Mexicans on this side, and there are Mexicans on this side. They all have to talk to each other. We're stuck in the very middle, listening to everybody sit there and talk about their stupid problems, or how they sit and smoked weed yesterday, or shot this guy. Have you ever been shot? No, I've never been shot. Well, good thing. You're in high school. You're a freshman. If you were shot, I'd be surprised. It's so stupid listening to all these gang-banging retards sit there and talk about their stupid frickin' problems, or how they got smoked weed, cheated on their girlfriend, or got drunk the other day. I had a girl sitting to my right all day today talking about how she was going to get a tattoo. I'm like, you're 16. You don't need a tattoo. Oh, well, my parents aren't going to know. Well, that's even worse. Who are you going to have do it? The guy who smokes weed in his freaking parents' basement who's going to do it for you in between the time he has to pay off his rent to his mother? No! That's so horrible. What is your problem? You are all so stupid, and not even including my freaking summer school teacher. Her name is Miss Lee. She speaks maybe 2-3 words of English. Everything else she mixes together is mixed between Chinese, Asian, Japanese, Korean, and it's all mixed together and thrown up on by someone who speaks Arabic with the frickin' flu. It's so terrible listening to her talk. She's like, well, students, we're gonna do note today. You're like, oh, well, one note? That can't be a lot. 18 minutes later, you're still doing the same note. Oh, are we almost done with note? Because my note is taking up half my notebook. It's so stupid listening to her. And then she goes, well, here, I took up 20 minutes of your time out of every hour we're supposed to turn in a new assignment. I took up 20 minutes of your time complaining. Now I'm going to spend another 20 minutes explaining how to do the work. And then you have 10 minutes to finish 2 worksheets. And then we're going to quiz you. And if you fail, I'm going to drop your grade by 10%. We've been in class for 3 days. I have a 46%. I have turned in everything, and I pay as much fucking attention as I possibly can. There's a kid in that classroom with a 2.9%, and she sits there and bitches that half the class is failing. Maybe it's not the class, maybe it's the fact that the teacher doesn't speak English. If maybe we got some teachers in there who could speak English. I'm not saying don't get Asian teachers, just get white teachers. I'm saying someone who can speak the fucking language to all of us understand. But no, we have to go get the teacher who can speak Johnny Two Words over there, and she can't freaking explain to you what she wants, and then she gets pissed at you and starts yelling at you. Why don't you understand me? Why? Because I wasn't born in Beijing. Please stop hitting me. I will hit you until you go back in the sweatshop. I'm trying to learn math. No, you're not. You're gonna die. Okay, you pass. Apparently the only way to pass is to play it off that it's some kind of Chinese stereotype play. And it pisses me off every second I'm in there because she doesn't stop complaining that we suck so freaking hard. If we suck so hard, your teaching sucks more because it's your teaching that's giving us the ability to suck. She told us today, if you don't understand what to do, I'm not going to waste my time teaching you. I just want you to drop my class. Speaking of which, there's a fat chick in my class, and she's just not fat. She is damn. She is so fat that it takes her 3 attempts to get out of the frickin' chair. And that's going to be something I'm going to complain about in the last 2 minutes of my video. I hate fat people, but I hate fat people who are proud to be fat people. If you're fat, lose the weight. If you're not, that's good for you. Don't become fat. And then fat people get all upset when you get mad at them. Dude, you're fat. Stop standing in the very middle of the very skinny hallway. If you're fat and you know you're fat, have some decency to move aside so the rest of the crowd of people who are trying to get around your fat ass can get around to get to where they're trying to go to. Because in school, no one's gonna listen to you when the teacher asks, why were you late? Oh, because 18 fat people decided to congregate around one half-eaten Twinkie in the middle of the hallway. We had to climb over them like it was Mount frickin' Rushmore. They won't listen. Well, fat people don't do that. Have you seen fat people? Fat people are disgusting. They will sit there and they will chase you down for a half-eaten turkey sandwich that you stepped on because they think it's still stuck to the bottom of your foot. It's so awful. They are terrible people. It's so gross. And if I get any messages from fat people saying you shouldn't make fun of fat people because it's not their fault, you know what? It's your fault when you realize you could have stopped eating after the 13th cheeseburger, but you had to keep going because you needed to beat your friend Terry, who died of heart disease. No offense, Damon. Because he decided he wanted to eat 25 McDonald's hamburger cheeseburgers. And then went outside, instead of running home, got into his car and went to freaking In-N-Out and got 4 more cheeseburgers and shoveled those into his fat face while he was complaining about how fat you are, but you couldn't really understand him because the overall fatness dragged down his lips and made it all kind of muffled, so it sounded like this in between the amounts of cheeseburgers and fries and slabs of pizza that he stole from a dead guy, all shoveling it into his mouth, and he sits there and he's crying to himself. And later on, when he's in his 40s, because he lost his legs to diabetes, why didn't I just stop eating the cheeseburgers? Why? You know why? Do you know why? Because you're not taking responsibility. Fat people, I'm not going to say they're immoral. They're gross. And if you're fat, lose the weight. I'm not saying that someone who's not skinny is not fat. Don't call me fat. I'm not that fat. I'm pretty skinny. I'm average size. No, that's beside the point. Fat people, I mean fat people. The ones when you see them in the grocery line and you look inside their cart and you see only junk food, soda, and beer, and you feel sorry for them. Kind of fat people. The ones who say, you know what I want for a midnight snack? Steak wrapped in bacon and deep fry that along with a couple more corn dogs. That kind of fat. Need to realize that they could be doing something a lot better with their lives and not wasting it eating food in front of the TV, watching Jerry Springer, watching a bunch of inbred people yelling at each other. It's so wrong. Fat people are wrong. They are God's mistake, apparently, because maybe, you know what? I'm not even saying there's a God, because I don't want to get into arguments about, oh, there's no God. But that's beside the point. They are God's mistake. And if they can't realize that God has given them the ability to go on a fucking treadmill and lose a couple pounds, then they deserve to be fat. Because fat people always complain, well, you know what we should get? Handicap spots, because we're so fat we can't walk across the frickin' parking lot. If you're fat, walk the parking lot. If you walk the parking lot, you'll probably lose the weight. It's so stupid. You know what? I'm getting fatter and fatter and fatter. Do you know what I want? I want you to allow me to park my car inside the grocery store. And you know what? I want you to deliver my food to my window and just get like a cement truck and just shovel it straight into my mouth just so I can shit it out and eat it again because I'm just that fat. Disgusting. This has been Fanatic Moogle's rants. FanaticPyro, actually. His rants about summer school, but more on the topic of fat people. Tomorrow, I'm going to be ranting about the console wars, and I'm going to be reading some of my hate mail. See ya.